Hey there, welcome back. My name is Katie and this is Louisiana Cook and Living. If you're new to my channel, we welcome you also. And today is going to be our last of our 4 little canning videos we are trying to get done here in January while things are not so much in the garden. If you've missed my other videos, we have done pinto beans, we have done spaghetti sauce, and we have done chicken bone broth, and today we are doing strawberry preserves. So the difference between jellies, jams, and preserves, jelly is made from fruit juice. Like if you were to buy grape juice over the like on the grocery store shelf, and made grape jelly out of that. And I actually have a video that I can link to that above. But I will put all my canning videos at the end of this video. I'll put my playlist on there so you can check out different preserves and jellies and different things I've canned over the last couple of years, and other food preservation things I've done with our freeze dryer. Which, speaking of the freeze dryer, if you're interested in one, I do have some videos that you can look at, see the different things I have run through the freeze dryer. But I did receive an email from Harvest Right. Now this is January 2025. And I did receive an email from Harvest Right, the freeze dryer company, this past week, and they are going to be running a sale for the month of February. So if you're interested in that, I do have a discount code in my description box that you can check out through that link. Go straight to them, and then they're also having a sale. I'm not sure if the sale and the discount code multiply each other, like you can stack them. I'm not sure about that. So anyway, jelly is made from fruit juice, a jam is made from crushed fruit, and then a preserve is made from whole or diced fruit. So I guess technically today we are going to be doing a preserve. If you caught my Azure haul at the end of December, and if you're not sure what Azure is, Azure Standard is a company out of the Northwest that specializes in organic foods, staples, fruits, vegetables, dairy, frozen meat. I mean, they do all kinds of things. They do household goods. They do chicken feed. They do jars for canning. It's just like a whole variety of things that you can get through them. They are once a month delivery service. And so my haul last month, I got some frozen strawberries to make preserves, and that's what we're using today. So I'll leave that video linked also above in the cards if you want to check out that haul and see what all you can get. It's just a little few things that I got and things that I like to get. So that's what we're using today, are those strawberries that we purchased from Azure Standard. And I'm using the recipe in this ball canning cookbook, and I will leave all my canning equipment listed in the description box. It doesn't cost you any extra to use my links to get these items. It just helps my channel out. So this recipe is coming from this cookbook, and we're using page 62, choose a berry preserves. It says you can use any berries, and it's 8 cups of berries to 4 cups of sugar. If you can see my strawberries sticking out of my pot here, I already put them in my pot and measured them. I have 16 cups of strawberries here that are diced that I got frozen from Azure Standard. So to my 16 cups of berries, I will be using 8 cups of sugar. And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to cook this until it becomes the consistency of a preserve. It doesn't use any pectin. I have also done preserves where I used grated Granny Smith apples for my pectin. And with those, you don't have to cook it as long because the pectin cooks out of the apples. And so therefore, it's a more solid fruit preserve. I don't know if that makes sense or not. It doesn't cook down as much as this process does. I don't have any Granny Smith apples, and I need to get this done. So this is what we're going to do today. I have also used this recipe to make raspberry preserves. I did that last month. I did not video that, but I did make some raspberry preserves last month, and they were delicious. The flavor is so bright and so yummy, and there's nothing added to this. When you cook your fruit down, you can get some foaming at the top, and I do add some butter to my preserves to stop that foaming process. You can leave it in, you can leave it out and skim the foam off, whatever you want to do. So let's move over to the stovetop, and we will get to making our preserves. All right, so this is my 16 cups of strawberries here. You can see that they're just diced strawberries. I'm gonna guess this is kind of a combination or a middle between a preserve and a jam that we end up with, just because from the raspberries I did, there wasn't a lot of texture left in it. Anyway, so here's our strawberries. Hoping I can fit all my sugar in here on top of my strawberries. I figured the sugar could fall down the cracks. Now the sugar is what helps thicken up these preserves. I know it seems like a lot of sugar, but we're going to be making a lot of jars of these preserves, and you really aren't going to be getting a lot of sugar per serving. It just seems like saying that you're using 8 cups of sugar, like that's a lot. But I plan on, so 16 cups of berries would give me 16 pint jars essentially of jelly. So that's a lot of jars of jelly or preserves that you're getting with those 8 cups of sugar. So we're gonna get this cooking. And typically what I do is I'll put a plate in my freezer, and that way I can, once I think it's thick enough, I can put some of that on my plate. It'll make it set really quick, and I can see the texture and see if it's set enough to actually can it up. So I'm gonna get this cooking, and I will come back whenever we're getting kind of close to checking to see if we are ready to jar this up. I'm gonna stir this occasionally. We don't want anything to burn. All right. All right, we've put about 2 tablespoons of butter in here. It's controlled our foam mostly, and this has been boiling for about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna get some of the juice here, and we're gonna pour that on our frozen plate. Give this a second to chill, and we will see what kind of texture we end up with to see if we need to keep boiling. Kind of move it around to make it kind of set up. All right, so it's coming back together a little bit. So I think I'm gonna let this go for a little bit longer. I'm gonna wipe my plate off and put this back in the freezer. All right, let's give this one more try. It's still warm. I just want to make sure it's cooled off completely, like as if it had been sitting on the pantry shelf before I make the determination. I guess I could put this back in the freezer, but there we go. All right, I think we're good. Turn my fire off, and we're going to get this jarred up. All right, so we have our canning funnel here, and we're going to use a little measuring cup, and we're going to start ladling this into our jars. We're going to leave about a 1/2 inch head space. That's my go-to, even if it says a 1/4 inch, just because I want to just make sure I'm not overfilling it. I kind of err on the side of that. So I'm just going to fill these up, and then we are going to clean our rims and get these in our canner. This is a water bath canning process. I have my canner here going with water in it, coming to a boil. We're doing hot liquid here. We want to put it in hot liquid over here. So let me get this all in the jar, and then we will be back. All right, so these jars are gonna be pretty sticky if we got any kind of the preserves on the rims. So we are going to clean these off with some vinegar on a paper towel. You wanna make sure you clean these off very well. All I do is get vinegar on my little paper towel here and just wipe off the rims. So I'm gonna get all these rims wiped off, and then we will get our lids on and get these into the canner. All right, we're gonna screw our lids down fingertip tight, which just means, ooh, it's hot. Just barely screwing them down. So I'm gonna screw all these down. We're gonna get these in the canner, and I need to look at my time in my cookbook. 1 second, I'll be right back. All right, we're gonna get these in the canner. We're gonna bring our canner to a boil. You're gonna have your jars covered with water by about 2 inches. Bring it to a boil, and you're gonna let it can for 15 minutes. Then we will turn our burner off and let them kind of settle out for about 10 minutes in the canner before we remove them. All right, guys, we got 14 pints of our strawberry preserves and 4 little, I guess actually these are half pints, and then 4 ounces jars of strawberry preserves. And if y'all want to check out some more canning videos, I will leave those linked up here. I'll have a whole canning and food preservation playlist, and then I'll have my little logo here that you can click on and subscribe to my channel. I have lots of different preserves and jellies and beans and bone broth and all kinds of things that we have canned together. Spaghetti sauce. Looking at my my pantry shelf, jalapenos, salsas, all kinds of things. So if you want to give any more videos a look and find things that you can can up and put on your pantry shelf to restock, we would greatly appreciate it. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.